We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Inhale deeply. Om. Sahana vavatu, Sahana bhunaktu, Sah Viryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. Good morning. Today is Ugadi by some calculations. In some other calculations, Ugadi was yesterday. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
happy Ugadi to all.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are covering chapter 7, right? So in chapter 7, Bhagwan, the title of chapter 7 is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So Bhagwan has promised that he's going to give Jnana the way it becomes our Vijnana. Meaning the knowledge is given in such a way that it is our own personal, direct personal experience. So how did he give that? He started saying that this whatever you see, right? I mean, this world, right? Okay, is what you call as his lower prakriti, right? All the Panchamahabhutas, right? Bhumi, Apaha, Analaha, Vayuhu, space, air, fire, water, and earth, along with mind and intellect and ahankara, ego, all of them are him alone, but it is his lower prakriti, lower nature. And what is higher nature is whatever is the jiva bhutam, uh, the one that sustains this life, okay, that which is consciousness is also his para prakriti or higher prakriti. Now, both these prakritis are him alone. Other than him, there is nothing else. Okay, and he has given a beautiful example where a bead necklace, there is a visible portion of bead necklace and an invisible portion of bead necklace. The beads are many, different, made in different arrangements, different colors, different sizes, and all of that. All of that is lower prakriti, visible nature. The thread that is inside and connecting all of them, which is invisible, is higher nature, the consciousness that is connecting all of us. Other than this, there is nothing. Then what he said is that if you want to understand who I am, whatever you take, okay, whatever makes that object as that object, that is me. If you remove that, then if that object cannot be there. For example, you take fire. Fire has so many attributes, such as sometimes it could be red in color, sometimes it could be yellow in color. If it is on the stove, it is blue in color. And sometimes fire can be big, sometimes fire can be small. But one common thing about fire, no matter where, how it is heat. If you remove the heat factor from that fire, then it is not fire. So that heat that is causing that fire to become fire is him. Now, the light in sun is him. If you remove the light from sun, it is not sun anymore. Whether it is sun or moon, okay, that means that he's talking about the essence. Okay, so like that, he has given several examples. And then he also not only from a cosmic beings such as sun, moon, but also from uh, our like simple people like us also, right? If you see a yogi, like and that interest for yoga means to reach with higher self is him. Okay, and if you see a strong person, the strength in that strong person is one, like that. Now, like that, what happened is that unfortunately there is Maya. This Maya of Bhagwan is made up of gunas, three gunas, right? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamo gunas, and that everyone gets deluded by this Maya. Even though everyone gets deluded by this Maya, in some people, in the three gunas are there, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Some people may have more Sattva, some people may have more Tamas, like that, right? So the ones who have more Tamas, what happened? They are called as Mughaha, deluded, and they're called Naradhama, okay, lower of Naras, okay. And even if they're smart, their jnana, their intelligence is only going towards what is material in nature. On the other hand, the other category, where the sattva is more, there are four types of bhaktas, we said. Artha, Jignasu, Artharthi, and Jnani. We saw what are those four bhaktas also. Artha is with respect to, Artha is with respect to, we have raga dveshas, right? It is with respect to dvesha. Dvesha, again, necessarily don't mean hatred. Any uncomfortable situation is dvesha. So he wants to get rid of his uncomfortable situations, and then for that he is reaching to Bhagavan, is Artha. Artharthi is about likes. Okay, so Artha was about dislikes, wanting to get rid of dislikes. Artharthi is wanting to get his desire fulfillment. Okay, so that is Artha, and for that he is reaching to Bhagavan. Jignasu is he is curious about to learn about the nature of God. So that means that he started walking this path towards the realization. And one who has reached the realization is Jnani. These are the four kinds of people. Obviously, among these, Jnani is one with God all the time because he understands that this entire thing is Brahman alone. Other than this, other than Brahman, there is nothing else. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Whatever I see around me is Vasudeva alone. Vasudeva doesn't necessarily mean Lord Krishna or in particular form or something like that. It is Brahman. Okay, so that Brahman alone. Because of that, his mind is always reveling in Brahman, and other than Brahman, he's not thinking. So that means that he is one with Brahman. Now, to come to this place, it is very difficult. Why? Our jnana is pulled down because of our desires. So what happens is that we see Bhagwan as a departmentalized God, meaning like, okay, we see like Bhagwan in many forms, and we see that each form is specific to that purpose alone. Oh, I want to start a new work. I'm going to go pray to Lord Ganesha. Okay. Now, if I'm doing something else, I'm not really thinking about Lord Ganesha. Okay. If I'm studying, I had to go to Saraswati Devi. If I want some money, I had to go to Lakshmi Devi. So like that, what happened is that same one Brahman or one Ishvara, we have broken into multiple sections, right? Sliced and diced. And we are saying that, okay, this part belongs to this part is this part is this. Okay, I'm going to play this god, this god, this god, like that. Now, what happens is that even then, Bhagwan is going to bless them. He doesn't have ahankara like us, ego like us. So he's going to bless them. And the way that he's going to bless them is not only fulfill their desires if they're appropriate, but more than that, he blesses them with Shraddha. Okay? Shraddha means faith with which they can go to the next step and continue their progress in their spiritual journey. Now, however, even though that is done, the real nature of God is a little bit tough to experience because God's nature is avyaktam. Okay? Avyaktam means it is unmanifest. Okay? And he is that na aham prakashah sarvasya. Okay? I'm not prakashah means I'm not manifest anywhere, means I'm not experienced by many people either because yoga maya. Okay? So as a result, mudhoyam na abhijanati loko mam ajam avyayam, because I am ajam, I am unborn, and I'm imperishable, and I cannot be experienced through our five sense organs, five organs of action, or for interior organs, which is mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, that is mind, intellect, memories, and ego. Because of this, it is very difficult to experience. And it is difficult to experience. And what are the obstacles? Raga and Dvesha. Ichha, Dvesha, Samuthena, Dvandva, Mohita, Bharata. Okay? Only few people who have done, those people who have got rid of their desire, Esham Swantagatam Papam, Janana Punya Karmana, who have done Punya Karmas, meaning good actions, okay, those people, they Dvandva Moha Vinirmukta, they got liberated from the delusion of duality, and therefore they have focused with firm abidance. Bhajante mam dhrudavrataha. Those people can attain me. Now, what happened is that this level of dhrudavrata, this level of firm abidance is not possible for all of us. Then what? Then there is a secondary method. That secondary method is being described in chapter 8. Okay. Now, the seeds for the chapter 8 are sown in chapter 7. Okay? Because remember, the entire Bhagavad Gita is like a step-by-step process. Okay? So, this chapter has given a picture of Jnani, okay, what we need to do. If you say that I can't do this, okay, let's take a step down. Okay. Now, how is that step down has happened? That is what we are going to see now in the next sloka. So today we are going to chant both shloka 29 and 30 together. Okay. So I'm going to break those words first and then we'll go from there. 29th shloka. Jara Marana Mokshaya. That word has three words in there. Jara Marana Mokshaya. Mama Shritya. Mam and Ashritya. Mama Shritya. Yatanti. Single word. Yatanti. A. Single word. Te. Brahma. Tat Viduhu. So this Tat Viduhu, it has two words in there. Tat and Viduhu. Te Brahma Tat Viduhu Krutsnyamadhyatmam. Okay. This word has two words in there. Krutsnam and Adhyatmam. Krutsnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakhilam. This Chakhilam has got two words. Cha and Akhilam. Yeah, this is we are covering. This is the 29th verse of chapter 7. Now, let us look at the 30th verse, the final verse of chapter 7 as well. Okay. Sadhi Bhuta Adhi Daivam. Okay. So, Sa Adhibhuta Adhidaivam. So, there are three words. Sadhibhuta Adhidaivam has got three words. Sa Adhibhuta and Adhidaivam. Mam Sadhi Yajnam. It is Sa Adhiyajnam. Cha Ye Viduhu. Prayanakalepi. That is actually like you can break it into three. Prayana Kale Api. Prayana Kalepi. Cha Mam Te. Simple, single. Right? Vidiryukta Chetasaha. Chetasaha, sorry. Vidiryukta Chetasaha. Viduhu Yukta Chetasaha. Three words. Viduhu Yukta Chetasaha. Together becomes Viduryukta Chetasaha. So what you can do is that one of you can repeat verse 29 after me. The other one can repeat
I can
verse
do
29.
29. Yeah.
Okay. Jara Marana Mokshaya
जरामरणमोक्षाय
Mama Shritya Yatanti Ye
मामाश्रित्य यतन्ति ये
Te Brahma Tadvidhu Te Brahma Tadvidhu Krutsnam
ते ब्रह्म तदिद्वित्कृष्णम्
Adhyatmam Karma Chakhilam.
अध्यात्मं कर्म चाखिलम्.
Now we'll do the last verse, 30th verse. Okay. Sadhibhutadhidaivam mam
साधिभूतादिदैवं माम्
sadhiyajnam cha ye viduhu
साधियज्ञेनं च इति उक्तौ
prayanakalepi cha mam
प्रयाणकालेऽपि च माम्
te vidiryukta chetasaha
ते विरुद्युक्तचेतयः
te vidiryukta chetasaha.
चेतः.
So now here, as we mentioned before, right? Actual realization is understanding that everything in around me is God alone. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. This is not just theoretical understanding, but it is a direct personal experience. Now, it has to be gained through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, meaning repeated listening, thinking about the truth from the and abiding in that truth. Now, what happens is this last portion, Nididhyasana, abiding in that is tough. But the people, many of us, have a faith in the scripture, have faith in scripture, have faith in God, right? So, because of that faith, think about this, right? All of you are awake first thing in the morning on a Sunday and got ready and sitting here in this session simply because of what? Because of that faith in the scripture. So, because of that, because of the faith in this Vasudeva Sarvamiti, everything is Bhagwan, this you agree, you try to, you believe in it, you hold on to this thought as much as you can because of your belief. When I say you, please don't think you, I also fall into the same category, okay? And so we all fall into the same category, right? So then what happens is that then there is something called Krama Mukti is there, okay? Now, you all know what Jivan Mukti is, yes? Okay. Just in case, I'll remind you what Jivan Mukti is. Once there is a realization of Brahman, while we are alive, such a Mahatma is called as a Jivan Mukta. So we say like Ramana Maharshi Ji, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Chinmayananda, etc. They all have gained Jivan Mukti. Yeah. Now, so that means what? When Jivan Mukti happens, there is no more birth for them. All their karmas, meaning all their results of past actions, meaning karma phala, that they have to experience in next births, they're all gone. They're all erased. However, the prarabdha karma, the karmas that they have to experience right in this life, that the body has to experience. So for that, there is no go. So until that prarabdha karma is finished, they will still be alive. And whatever they do, they are not gaining any more fruits of action. There is no more karma phala. And when their body falls down, they become one with all, and there is no more future birth. So then that's called Videha Mukti. So this is Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Now in our Shastras, what it is said is that if someone is not that smart enough, however, they are holding on to Bhagwan, okay? So their mind is so pure. Their mind, because of this holding on to Bhagwan, okay, there is no rajas or tamas in them, there is no negativity in them at all. They are holding on to this Lord's feet, right? Then, but they are unable to digest this jnana yet. So then what happens is that when they die, it is said that they go to the most highest realm, okay, possible. This highest realm possible is called as Brahma Loka. Some people may call it Vishnu Loka. Some people may call it Kailasa, Vaikuntha, Kailasa. Rama Bhaktas may call it as Saketa. Krishna Bhaktas may call it as Goloka. Whichever name that you use, the highest realm they go to. And then they stay there until the end of this era. Okay, era is simplified word here. Okay, this the life of Brahma, Ji. Brahma here is different from Brahman. Okay, Brahman is one without any shape, without any form, without any gunas or right, nirguna, nirakara. Brahmaji we're talking about is like one with four heads. Okay. So it is said that he, at the end of when his lifetime is over, he's packing up. Then when he packs up, what happens? The entire Srishti is dissolved. At that time, he is going to teach Brahmajnana to those souls. When that knowledge is taught, they, along with Brahmaji, they become one with infinite. Okay? This is what we call as Krama Mukti. Krama means sequential or gradual mukti. Okay, so that is another step. Okay. Now, why did this happen? Means that this person could not abide in this Vasudeva Sarvamiti concept because there may be some subtle obstacles somewhere. Okay. Those subtle obstacles are nothing but some kind of sattvic desires somewhere. Okay. That, oh, I need to be worshipping God all the time. Okay. So they're like that. When those things are there, they also become obstacles, and because of that, such a thing happens. Okay. So this is the concept of Krama Mukti. Why we're talking about this is that all of these two shlokas are primarily talking about those. Okay. So Jara Marana, 29th verse, if you look at, okay, Jara Marana Mokshaya, meaning to Jara means old age and Marana means death. Moksha means free from, meaning what? To go beyond old age and death. Meaning what? I want to go beyond old age and death means what? I want to be forever young. So all of us want this moksha, liberation from old age and death. Unfortunately, what we do is that we, as soon as we hit middle age, we start to exercise a little bit more. We start applying a little bit more, what you call like hand cream, etc., to get rid of those lines. Okay, and maybe like Botox, whatnot, right? All of that is there, but that is not going to give us moksha from old age and death. Okay, but what we need to do is, so these people, though, the people who are smart, they are not doing that. What they are doing is, for the sake of Jara Marana Moksha, okay, for the sake of freedom from old age and death, what they are doing is Mam Ashritya Yatantiye. So these people are holding on to the feet of the Lord. Okay, they are surrendering. Ashritya means surrendering. Okay, and Ashritya Yatantiye. Okay, so they are holding on to the feet of the Lord, and they are praying to Lord. What is the uh, I mean, what is the case for this? Meaning, what is the basis for this to hold on to the Lord's feet is their faith. Okay, and so with their faith, okay, they are able to make that effort. Okay, and what are doing? These people, not only that, Tat Brahma, okay, to reach that Brahman, Kutsnam, okay, Kutsnam means in entirety, meaning completely, comprehensively, okay, they are Adhyatma, okay, Adhyatma means focus the inward, okay, so they to see everything as adhyatmam. Okay, so they are trying to see everything as right inside them. Okay, adhyatma. Okay, so they see everything to the self. Then in the next shloka, it said sadhibhuta. They are trying to see everything in themselves. What? Sa adhibhuta. Sa means including. Okay, including adhibhuta. Adhibhuta means the realm of this external world, sthula prapancha. While this entire Srishti is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta, so that's why it is called Adhibhuta. Okay. Then Sadhibhuta Adhidaivam is also there. Adhidaivam. So Adhidaivam means a realm of God kind of a thing. Okay. What is this Adhidaivam? It is actually a realm of Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? We'll come to that. Okay. Sadhibhuta Adhidaivam Mam. So they are seeing Bhagavan with Adhibhuta, Adhidaivam, including of Adhibhutam, Adhidaivam, and Sadhiyajnam. Sa Adhiyajnam. It's Adhiyajnam, one who presides over the action. So whenever this yajna is done, the yajna phala whoever is going to get, that he is Adhiyajna, the one who is presiding over this. Okay. This is in addition to Adhyatma and Karma that was mentioned in the previous shloka. Okay. Cha ye viduhu. So that means that people who does that. So what happens? Cha ye viduhu means, okay, the one who is doing that, etc. Okay. Viduhu means knower. Okay, so one who knows me in this way and they are doing all of this in this manner, what happens is, okay, prayana kalepi. Prayana kala means at the time of travel. Okay. Prayana kalepi means, at the time of travel means what? At the time of death, when this body is about to fall. Okay. Prayana kalepi. What did it say? Prayana kalepi cha mam me te viduhu yukta chetasaha. Then they will, okay, yukta chetasaha means one who is practicing their upasana, one who is practicing their with Shraddha, right? That I am one with God, I am one with God, I am part of the God. Okay, all of this is God. I am also there. I am also part of this God. So like that, when that is there, okay. So because also prayana kalepi means what happens is that when the body is about to drop off, this enormous amount of physical discomfort and lot of difficulty. Okay, so that means where everything is in turmoil because the entire life force is about to be sucked up from the body and they are remembering him. Why? Because of faith. So then what happens? They will viduhu. So that means that they will reach the Lord. They will reach the Lord through Krama Mukti. Okay? This is what Bhagavan is saying. Now, if you see this shloka, right? All of a sudden, Bhagavan said so many things. Okay? I mean, as a student of Vedanta, you know many words whenever you do this. You hear these words. Okay? Yeah, like, okay, I know that word kind of a thing. But today, in these two shlokas, Bhagavan suddenly, he said, karma cha akhilam. Okay, karma, all karmas. What is karma cha akhilam? Okay, I kind of understood, but I did not understand well. Okay, then he said Adhyatmam. Okay, then he said Adhibhutam. He said Adhidaivam. He said Adhiyajnam. Then he said Prayana Kalepi. Okay, why did Bhagwan throw so many technical words that which we are not familiar with? Okay, now this is a question of Arjuna is what are all these words? Bhagwan, all of a sudden we were going nicely. Suddenly you threw so many obstacles in my uh, uh, in my path, so I'm confused. So obviously, this is the question of Arjuna that we are going to see in the first shloka of next chapter. Because Arjuna is a uh, very intelligent student and very good student. Good student as in like uh, he asks in the same order, Bhagavan, what is Adhyatma? What is Karma? What is Adhibhutam? What is Adhidaivam? What is Adhiyajna? Okay? What do you mean by Prayana Kala? All of this, I don't understand. Please explain it to me. That's what Arjuna is going to ask in first two shlokas of chapter 2. Now, when these uh, questions are asked, of course, Bhagwan is going to explain that. That becomes the basis for entire chapter. So these two shlokas are essentially the uh, seeding for chapter 8. Okay, so that's where like the chapter 8 comes in the next one, right? So I want to pause and see if you have any questions. No questions, everything is crystal clear to all of you?
When Krishna says, look to me or know me or believe in me, it's basically Krishna, right? We are like looking towards the God is what we are saying, right? Because I think at the same, I think I've asked last time, but I'm just trying to understand. Like, so we want to believe in someone who attained that, so that higher level state. So that helps us see ourselves, the self or Atman at the time of death, is what it is saying.
So, yes. Yeah. So now when Krishna says, okay, how should you take that, right? So if you say that Lord Krishna is a human being, just like you and me, Krishna passed away within few months or so, or maybe few years after Mahabharata war. So how can Krishna be God? Right? So now you cannot take Krishna as God as in that form because he also has a date of birth and a date of departure. Okay. Then why do we need to take Krishna's word for it? Because as you're going to see in chapter 11, he's going to show his Vishwarupa. You're all familiar with Vishwarupa, right? Okay. So in Vishwarupa, when he shows that everything is within him. So now, because what happens is if a guru just says that, okay, believe me, right? Student uh, will have faith, but that he will also have some questions. Okay, is my guru really a guru? Guru, okay, is my guru really a Brahmanistha? Like, does he Did he attain Brahman? Okay, those kind of questions will be there. So occasionally, the teacher has to show some miracles to students. Okay? Puja Gurji Swantejamananda says in Hindi very interestingly, he says, "Chamatkar kare to namaskar milega." Okay, so chamatkar kare to namaskar milega means if you do miracles, then you get prostrations. Okay, that's a rough translation into English. Okay, so that's what Bhagavan Krishna has to do. Okay, and now when Bhagavan Krishna has shown that everything is in him and he is in everything, both in the past and the present and in the future, question to ask is Vishnu Bhagavan in Krishna or Krishna is in Vishnu? What would be the answer?
They're both in each other. Maybe.
They both are one and the same. What about if God is in everything and everything is in God? Is Shiva in Vishnu or Vishnu in Shiva? They both are one and the same. If that is the case, and what else the Vedanta says? What else all of this say? You are that. So that means, is Pavan in Vishnu or Vishnu is in Pavan?
All the same.
They are same. So, is Jesus in Vishnu or Vishnu in Jesus?
They're different avatars. That's it. I mean, they're all same as we understand.
One and the same. Whether we say Allah or Jesus or Krishna, it doesn't matter. Everything is one and same. That is the beautiful aspect of Advaita. Right? And that Advaita is not, it's not a theory or something like that, but it is a fact that is taught in this Bhagavad Gita. Right? You see that he is saying that Vasudeva Sarvam iti. Everything around me, around everything is Vasudeva alone. If everything is Vasudeva, you can call that everything which is same as anything else. Okay? Whether you call it as Brahman, whether you call it as Vasudeva, whether you call it as Ishvara, whether you call it Krishna, it doesn't matter. Okay? That there is one entity, one supreme entity, whatever name, whatever form, because this entity is formless, every form is consumed in that formlessness. Right? Now, when it is not possible for us to hold on to, right? Now, if you see, like the children, once in a while they ask, "Mom, do you love me?" "Yes, dear, I love you." "Even if I don't eat my dinner, will you love me?" "Yes, I will." Okay. "Even if I do that, would you love me? Even if I don't look beautiful, do you love me?" Like that, they keep on asking questions. Right? So, and then the answer is no matter what, it is that love. Mom keep on saying that I still love you. Right? So now, in the same manner, Bhagwan and us, and that love for the mother, for the child is there because the mother feels oneness with the child. Whereas the mother loves the child no matter what, her child, there's no such love for a neighbor's kid or some other kid somewhere else. Okay? She may have love for them also, but not as much as for her own child. Why? Because she sees the oneness. Now, our oneness is with the Lord. So when that is there, there is oneness with the Lord, and there is only love between Lord and us because we both are one and the same. Yet, this, just like the child still doesn't comprehend and this oneness, and she wants to verify, the child always want to verify whether in this case also whether mother loves me or not, in that case also mother loves me or not, like that. We also don't comprehend the oneness completely, and we are seeing the duality. When we see the duality, what happens is that in that case, would Bhagwan love? In that case, this, am I? See, the thing is that, we all know what we did in this life. Okay, we may not remember what we did in past lives, but we know what we did, what all things we did, and how we thought about other people, how we felt about our friends when we were in a competing situation, all of that, right? So we know all the negativities about ourselves, which we can't express to others. Okay. And because of that, what happens is that we continue to question ourselves. I made all of these sins. How can I be Bhagavan? Oh, no, I did that mistake. I did this mistake. I had this weakness. I had that weakness. Okay. All of these are there. So how can Bhagavan can be uh, all forgiving? How can I be one with Bhagavan? How can that be possible? If I am Bhagavan, how can I do this? Okay. So these kind of questions keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on coming. But there is still faith in God. Because of that, this, even though we understand that God is not, I mean, even though theoretically we understand that God is all pervading and everything like that, right? We cannot really accept that. And when we are unable to accept because of our own limitations, we are looking for a secondary thing. Okay? And that secondary is Kramamukti. Okay, where we have a sense of separation between me and the Lord, and we are saying that yes, 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 we are separate from the Lord. I mean, sorry, we are one with the Lord, but I think I'm separate somehow. Okay, so this concept that we are going to see, this is what we call as, there's a very technical term for this, ahangraha upasana. Okay, ahangraha upasana means what? There is God everywhere. I am here. God is in me also. What is the difference between Vasudeva Sarvamiti and the one that I explained just now? In the first concept, Jnani is saying God alone is there, other than God, there's nothing. Okay? There's no sense of I in there at all. Okay? There's no sense of I there at all when he says Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Or if he says I alone exist, there's no other thing other than, there's no such thing as God other than me. Both of them are same and equal. That is the state of Jnana, absolute Jnana. Now, because I have a little bit of obstacles in my understanding, what I'm doing is, God is everywhere, all around me, God is in me. So the sense of I is not going still. Do you see the difference? That we can come to easily, the second state. Okay. And this state comes, we can come to this with Shraddha, with faith. This way we can hold on to God. Okay. So that is holding on to Lord Krishna, or whichever God or whichever form you believe in, you can hold on to as long as you have proper faith. And this faith, if it is not, if I think that I don't have faith, enough faith, I need to go back to few shlokas. What did God say? No matter who prays to me in whichever form, I am going to give them faith. Right? So if we don't have enough faith, that means what we still need to pray to God more and more. Right? As we are praying more, we get more faith. The more faith we have, the stronger the bhavana, the feeling that God is everything. And when you hold on to that, with that, you will cross the eternal samsara. Either through Kama Mukti or Jivan Mukti. Okay? Does that answer your question, Pawan?
Yes, yeah. So I think the way I'm understanding that is to realize whatever we want to realize within ourselves, like the self Brahman, it's hard to, do that. So we need another way of keeping that faith. So we look towards that as a God, right? Like Krishna or whoever we believe in, or the temples we go, and all that is a means to keep, is how I'm getting it.
Yeah. See, for example, what happens is that if you look in your room, what is the source of light in your room?
Window, electricity, bulbs, windows.
It is sunlight, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So now if you go outside, even if it is cloudy and you cannot see sun, it is sunlight alone,
Mhm.
right? So like that, you have sunlight everywhere. Okay. Yet, if you want to experience the power of sun, okay, now let us say if you take a paper and put it in sun, okay, now not in a spring day like this, but a hot sunny day, you put this paper in mid-afternoon outside and you hold on to that in sunlight, okay, for an hour, 2 hours. What happens? Nothing happens. You take a, what we call it,
Magnifying lens.
magnifying glass, right, the convex lens, okay, and you put on that paper. What happens?
Bulbs.
In sunlight, okay, it burns. So what is the difference? It is the same sunlight that came through the lens, right? It is not different sunlight, okay? It did not come from a different sun or different source. It's the same sunlight. Yet, when that sunlight, okay, when the paper is put in the sun, nothing happened. When the magnifying glass was put on top, it burnt in no time. So, this magnifying glass acted as a catalyst, okay, to bring the focus of that sunlight to do a particular task. Same thing is true for our solar energy, right? The solar panels, etc., on our rooftops nowadays. In the same way, we need a alambana or a kind of like a what you call like a walking stick to help us. Okay, a crutch. That crutch is Bhagwan as a Saguna Sakara. So that means Saguna Sakara means one with form and attributes. Whatever form of Lord you take, that is fine. But hold on to it. Hold on to him or her. It could be Lord Rama, Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, Mother Durga, Mother Lakshmi, Jesus Christ, whoever, whatever that. Hold on to one, and once you hold on to that, then through that we get our power. Okay, we'll be empowered through that, and then our moksha will become much more. Our shraddha will increase, and we'll get uh, uh, the realization much sooner. Because one of the things that many people think who don't know Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, they think Advaitins are godless. Okay, Advaitins don't believe in God or anything because everything is one. Then how can they believe in God? Okay, it's not like that. Okay, as long as we see duality, we have to hold on to Bhagwan. We have to hold on to one form so that we become stronger and stronger and stronger. Puja Gurudev Swami Anandaji gives an example that when it is something like this, right? You need to cross. Do you know this game? What is it? That's actually not a game, but it's a sport. It's called. Hmm, is it like people will run with this? I'm unable to recall the name.
Lacrosse.
No, people will run with a big stick and a
Lacrosse.
no, not lacrosse. It's single person. I mean,
Ah.
so they
Wall,
run.
pole,
Yeah, the pole vault.
pole vault. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of pole vault. So what happens is, think about, right? Now, when a person, there's a huge, big height is there. On top of that height, like two poles are there. On top of that, there's a rope is tied, and it is much taller than this person, and he needs to jump over and cross over that. Now, what he does is, he takes a long pole, okay, and he keeps running with that pole, running with that pole, running with that pole, maybe 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, however. And then he puts this and he puts the pole on the ground, and with that power, he is lifted on top. And now, if he holds on to that pole at that minute, what happens? He cannot cross over. He needs to leave that pole to cross over to the other side. Right? Now, our sadhana, spiritual sadhana, is exactly like that. You hold on to that pole is your Shraddha. Okay? That faith. You're holding on to this faith and you're running and running and running and running. Because without running, you cannot like pick up, go to the top, right? And that running is sadhana, practice. Okay? So you are practicing your sadhana with faith for a long time. And then with that Shraddha, right? You rise up and then you give up even the one that you had Shraddha in, and then you cross over. Okay? That you do the sannyasa of the Shraddha also and cross over. Okay? That's how you realize. So, yes, whether we are Advaita, Advaita, okay, no, it doesn't matter. We need Shraddha. We need to hold on to a particular form of the Lord, whoever that Ishtadevata is, hold on to that Ishtadevata, okay, and do the sadhana as much as you can, and that is the only way we reach Bhagwan.
Yeah, in a simple way, I'm realizing that it's more like you start with Dvaita, and then the Guru or God or whatever form you take, that gives you that motivation, inspiration, and faith to reach Advaita, kind of, is how I'm seeing it, to realize your oneness, right? So,
Yeah. So you can say, I mean, so you don't have to say okay, there's no Advaita at that time. Okay. Understand that it is Advaita, but my mind is not ready yet.
yeah.
So let me let me pray to the Lord so I can cross over this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any additional questions or comments? So shall we close? पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ